Hi there. Welcome back to Nobody Listens to Liz. I'm Leah Frederick.
I'm Liz Eric Dykes.
I'm Holly Matthews-Houk.
And I'm Sierra Peluso. And today, for today's episode, we're going to talk about trust. Trust. We're not doing trust falls or anything like this, but talking about the relationship between our clients and ourselves and why trust is integral to making that a successful relationship. So we asked Holly in here as well. She works she's a lender and a mortgage officer, which may be interchangeable. I'm not sure. Or he's at magic. What maker? She is a magic maker. So definitely.
Cleat thrower.
Yes, exactly. Throwing the water on the dumpster fires and stuff. So talking about trust. We've all had those buyers and sellers who micromanage us. That never happens. So what have been your experiences, as far as trust, and what do you see the value? How, first of all, do you, why do you think clients struggle to trust all of us?
I think real estate agents have a bad rap.
Yeah. Like used car salesmen.
Yeah, they think that you're there just to sell them that house at that particular time to earn a commission check, run away, and never talk to them again.
Or just open the house.
Yeah,
Or they heard war stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or people think that some of the things that go wrong are our fault.
You're not? How did that happen? Yeah. I also think that people have a hard time trusting us as agents because they think, especially friends and family, think that we're going to comb through their finances. But we're not. We really not know much at all about their finances.
So I don't want to know about your finances. Holly has to comb through them, or your lender has to comb through them, but we do not.
The less I know, the better.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't want to know about all of the ins and outs of stuff. I can hardly manage my own.
Oh.
And as a lender, we respect our agents that stay in their lane. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think that's an important concept. So, and of course, it is a high stakes transaction. It's usually the biggest transaction in your life. A couple times. So that causes a lot of emotion and reactivity. And so I think that definitely colors the relationship a lot of time. I had clients tell me that I was going to do this and this and this and this. And I'm like, no, we're partners, this kind of thing. I will help you. I'm your trusted advisor. So yes.
I don't want to sell you anything. I want to be your trusted advisor.
Yeah, I will help you get the home that you would want.
Or keyword there, trusted and stuff. So, and of course, people, I think in general, they feel vulnerable when, lots of money's on the table, of course. So.
Spending habits are being scrutinized. Bank statements, all kinds of items are being reviewed. Then it's a very deep look into your personal life, what you choose to spend your money on.
Yeah. And I think it's important to mention, when it's a judgment-free zone, we have only done much anyways.
Yeah.
It's not our department. It's right?
Right. When Holly's going to know how much wine you bought at the liquor store this weekend, or how many times you go to Starbucks in a month. We still have no idea.
Nor do I care. We don't.
The only way I would know about Starbucks is I'm right there with you.
And I'm bound by confidentiality. I can't tell them.
Yep. So yeah, I think a lot of times too, you'll get some paranoia cultivated by well-meaning friends and relatives, right?
Yeah, the best.
Yes, client I've ever had. Yeah. I would tell you about the time that I had about a dozen friends, well, they're mostly family members, show up for a showing. So it was like, I just stayed in one central location, herding cats, because there is nothing.
That's my nightmare.
Yeah, well, surprise, the deal didn't happen because that's
one's opinion.
Well, somebody was giving all these opinions and all this feedback. And, when you're the buyer and you're getting all of that input, you become confused. And confused people do not make decisions at all. So, yeah, surprise, Uncle Sarah James. I know, right? Thank you for attending my TikTok. Okay, so they struggle to trust, and it is entirely normal. I think that's the important point to make. Yeah, but if you recognize what's going on, then maybe you can combat it.
Or like Sierra says, bother us. All your questions. If you're unsure, if you're worried, if you don't know what's happening or why something is happening, bother us. Pick up the phone. Let us know your concerns, and we're all happy to walk you through it. That's the beauty of having a local agent and a local lender that work well together, right?
Absolutely. So for you guys, what does lack of trust actually look like for you? I mean, we've got things like, double checking. I had a seller double check every single one of my comps that I gave them. And I'm not a licensed appraiser. I'm the first one to say that. But unless I've been in these houses that are on the comp sheet, which in one case I was, and so then I did challenge it because I was like, no, that house was completely flipped, But to go through and say, well, this one, my neighbor across the street, that house was built in 2005. I'm trying to buy one from 1978. Yeah, that's not a comp necessarily. So you think people second guessing you. What other ways do you guys see a lack of trust kind of manifesting with sellers and buyers?
I don't think it was intentional, but I do have a family member that has a house that they need to rehab and sell. And I begged and begged and begged them to do it during COVID when the market was so high and so good. They never touched it. And now they're upset because the house is worth $50,000 to $75,000 less than it would have been.
Yeah.
Now it puts them in a little bit harder spot to get their profit up.
Yeah. Get their adjustments. So
I got a client one time, and it was a friend actually, which sometimes are the worst. And they didn't trust me with my recommendations, and they kept I'm going to do this instead. And then it did kind of blow up in their face. To which it was just like, if you would have listened to me in the first place, this that I saw happening wouldn't have probably happened.
And again, just reiterating that, at least for us, when we recommend somebody, we're not getting kickbacks or anything. It's because we have worked with these people. They do a good job. We're looking out for the interests of our clients. I think that's a really important point to make.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes into play when they don't want to use our lenders, our title companies, our recommended people that we have relationships with. And they're like, oh, no, I want to use, this person my grandma used online, or, they say bank with 3 letters that means probably not closing, that kind of thing. And then they're mad when they don't close, or it's a dumpster fire.
Or have banked with this bank for the past 20 years. Okay, there's no loyalty in banks. Okay, just so you know, you might have a checking account with them for 25 years, but
a bank might not be the best
exactly
to get a loan, right? 100%. I mean, banks do what banks do, and that's they take care of your money. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're lending you a bunch of money. They want your money in-house so that they will lend, and they'll leave the lenders to handle your money.
Yep. Good deal. So the lack of trust too, asking. Well, I talked to my second cousin, 3 times removed, ex-husband, and they said in times. Yes. I had actually recently one that, my parents' boyfriend actually is a realtor in a totally different state in Russia.
Supposed to say that.
And I'm like, we're not even talking about the same fruit. We're talking vegetables and fruit.
That's great, but in this market, different story.
Totally different story. Yeah. And even though I remember this one, the comps came in and they're like, well, it's still worth more than we're asking. Like, no, it's not. So,
We've got there on the trust piece on that as a lender. Not only, we look at all your stuff, but overall, the worst thing to do is to have your credit pulled 100 times. Oh, because you think you might get a better deal. Trust me when I say we're getting you the best deal we can get you. And maybe there is a quarter point out there that might beat my rate or something to that effect. I said, but unfortunately, you won't get the same service.
And I think that's important. That's very true. Very true. Because, even when we're being interviewed by, folks that want to list with us, well, they're offering us this percentage. Well, what's your, commission? And I honestly just tell them, like, it's this, and I'm worth every single penny. Yeah, and I am, because this is what I'm going to do for you.
I'm happy to provide value. I'm not a discount agent, and I don't ever plan to be.
Get what you pay for, kids. Get what you pay for, right? So, there's a reason that's an old adage. Yeah. So, what do you think it costs you when you don't trust your agent? I mean, obviously, time, which I don't know. Maybe when I was younger, I didn't value time nearly as much as I do now. But speed, yeah.
Which could cost you the sale,
Mm-hmm.
which could cost you money.
Yeah.
It could cost your marriage. It can. The list is endless.
Indecision. Yeah. Are you not being able to make that decision because you're not trusting the agent or not trusting what the finance person is telling you? I mean, that kind of indecision will cost you the house you want.
Mm-hmm.
This market moves too fast.
Yeah, it does. It does. So yeah, you have to take a little responsibility in that regard. And listen, we get it. There's people out there that you can click with immediately. And I think that's an important part of the relationship. But some people are perfectly competent and necessarily don't have the sparkling personality that some of us have. We're blessed to it, right?
They're eye roll. Yes.
Here's pretty. Fortunately, she's also very competent. So, special counting as well.
Because I listen to Liz.
Yes.
Sometimes, Lisa.
So yeah, I mean, we all there's clients that lost the deal because they wanted to talk it over with XYZ, family member. I will be happy to tell the story of my mother. Oh, God bless her. We're getting ready to put the family house on the market. I did everything. I got appraisal. I got all this stuff done stuff ahead of this, and she still wants to list it for $150,000 more than what it's appraised at. So, yeah.
It's going to cost you 6 months.
It's just really much. It like
days longer, even longer, right?
It's such a unique property, though. There might be someone out there.
Yes, that live on the West Coast. I have heard that too. Like, oh my God. So all you white Westbusters on your West Coast and out there, East Coast. And there's a great house coming in New Richmond, Ohio. Stay tuned. So what does trust look like in real estate? And this could even go into you working. Does your agent say yes to everything? Do they may, say, well, that's one way of looking at it. I always enjoyed having this kind of like, no, I don't disagree or agree with you entirely, but we're going to gently kind of hopefully steer you in the right direction. I feel like to rip the Band-Aid on you. It's like, I'm going to just pull it off and just... There's blood around there. I would say you're nuts if you're going to do it this way. We never make those judgments, but listening with an open mind, of course. What are the things that you guys think? What's an example of folks that have trusted you? And I mean, I don't like blind trust. I want questions.
Yeah,
you guys feel
right. I want to be able to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about, or like how I came to that opinion.
Yeah, I'm with Sierra. I want to prove myself as the expert, and I want to answer your questions, and I want you to be able to walk away knowing that you got the right answer.
Yeah. And I want you to know that you're getting the best deal, and you're not being, bamboozled in any way. You're getting the best deal that was too hot at the time.
And in real estate, you don't know what you don't know. And so for buyers and for sellers, we know a little bit more than you. So when you trust us with what we're recommending, it's because you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. And there's probably a reason, right? We've had a track record. Yes, we have things that we were the horror story elsewhere. Yeah, and through it. Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, we're going to keep checking in during the transaction. Make sure, okay, how you feeling? What questions do you have? Things like that. You thirsty? Just a little, yeah. But we want your trust and confidence. And I will say, we've all had those transactions where it kind of started off a little bumpy. And at the end, you're the best thing since sliced bread. So, yeah.
Can't tell you how many Thanksgiving dinners I've been invited to. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely try very hard, and I know you all do as well with as agents to get in and get to know your clients, kind of form that relationship and that overall trust level.
Yeah. So we've got homework for you, apparently. We do? We do. I said, well, here's your homework. I'm out.
Dog it. You know, because Sierra barely made it through school. The first step helped us didn't work out.
So, she has some questions. Simple questions. Ask yourself, of course, am I trusting the professional I hired? Am I trusting my mortgage lender? Are I making them fight to do their job? I mean, yeah, granted, we all want the easy transaction. We don't want, 900 texts. And sometimes, we need a little bit of professional space because we do have other clients. I know that's a surprise to people.
Yeah,
Yes, I know. So, and as a year only works 3 months out of the year. That's great. Yeah, that's true. So, but we don't need blind faith. We want you to ask those questions. We want to help educate you so you know.
Don't call me at 2 a.m. though. I'm not.
But rather us 5, 6 p.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. That's great.
Yeah. I had somebody.
2 a.m. if you text me, I'll return it in the morning.
Yeah, I had one text me at 12:30 a.m. I was not happy. Yeah, it wasn't even my client either, by the way. So yeah. But you don't need blind faith, but you do need a partner, a trusted advisor, and a real partnership. When you have that synergy, I think right?
Yeah. And if you don't trust your agent, get a different agent. Find a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As someone who requires that trust, I definitely agree. Like, if I'm not the person for you, let's find you the person that is.
Yeah.
You need to have that level with one another.
Yeah. And we all work differently too. I mean, there are some clients where I've actually just recommended them to one of my peers here, one of my colleagues, because I'm like, yeah, I think they're going to actually do much better.
Well, the personalities, right? I don't do the best with every personality type. I know the ones I do well with and the ones that I don't. And I know there's other agents in our offices that do way better with those personality types. So I would rather them have the right fit. And it's no different with a lender. I want them to have the right fit with the right programs, with the right blend or family. And anyone, you say that now.
Say, she's lying. She's misrepresenting. We say Taylor too. So, well, excellent. So again, trust your agent. If you have questions, please ask them, right? That's what we're here for. And there's lots of, talking heads that'll say, hey, do this, and this will equal that. I wish people would just stop looking at those estimates, to be honest, because they lie.
They got out of the business of buying houses for a reason.
Yes, this is true. So
if you have questions for us, drop them below in the comments. Send us a DM.
Yeah. And we'll be happy to answer any of them. Thank you again, Holly, for joining us as our special guest during this short little episode. I hope you guys have a great day. And thank you. Just remember, nobody listens to Liz. I'm Leah Frederick.
I'm Liz Eric Dykes.
I'm Holly Matthews-Houk.
And I'm Sierra Peluso.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.